Hi all, welcome back to the Final Whistle for another match preview on the channel. And tonight, I'm delighted to be joined by Charlie Wynyard, TikToker, big Preston North End fan, and he's going to give me the lowdown on the Lily Whites of what to expect at the weekend as Leicester City take on Preston in the Battle at Deepdale in the Championship. Leicester have got to be far better this weekend against Preston. Didn't really hit it off in the first half against Sheffield Wednesday, but we've got to be out of the blocks on Saturday if we do get anything out of the game. Guys, always hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you know. And never subscribed already, please get that and do so. It would help me out massively. But let's get Charlie in. Charlie, how are we, mate?
Yes, people, we're good. We're good. Yeah, how are you doing, mate? You good?
I'm all right. Charlie, if nobody knows who you are, let everybody know who you are and what you do regarding Preston.
So basically, I'm just a bit of a, well, I'm not from just a big Preston fan who just likes doing videos, showing people who don't go to the games, what it's like going to a game, doing little match day vlogs and just like the football club again and just stuff like that. So if you check me out on TikTok, you'll see what I mean.
Fantastic. Charlie, what's life like supporting Preston? How far do you go back with it and your all-time favourite player?
He's my favourite player, probably Claude Davis. And if anyone knows who Claude Davis is, unfortunately, is one of the reasons we didn't get to the Premier League when we played West Ham. But unreal player. I love Claude Davis.
That takes me back there.
If you remember the Cardiff Stadium where it slipped and Bobby Zamora went through and scored and it finished 1-0. And that season, we beat West Ham 3 times, twice in the league and in the cup. And then we didn't beat him when it really mattered.
That is crazy. What's been your thoughts on the transfer window so far? Obviously, it isn't shut as of yet. We did speak about it regarding what you have brought in. Yeah. What's it been like under Heckingbottom?
Well, a lot of North End fans haven't been happy, but being realistic, being a Preston fan, we've not got a lot of money. Everyone knows that. The club bangs on about it all the time. Without a doubt, they bang on it all the time. But we brought in 10 players now. Yeah. Like I was saying before too, I think defensively, we're probably sound now in terms of we're playing a system where we need wing-backs, and we've got wing-backs after like 5 seasons, which is a good thing. But it's getting to use them now, where the last few games against Barrow on Tuesday, we weren't the greatest. We've only just scrimped past him with an own goal. We didn't really create much chances. But the players we brought in, there's some good players we've signed. Blackpool fans aren't going to like it because we signed their best player, the player of the season last year in Off-Fire. And he's looking like a really promising centre-half. He likes to come out from the back and just try and play football, which is really promising. And then we've got Thierry Small, we've signed from Charlton. He's meant to be the next best thing. He's looked a bit lost in the last few games, but he'll get there, isn't he, a young lad? And then we've got the experience of Smith, who we've signed off Sheffield Wednesday. He's looking all right, but I still think we need some attacking options, unfortunately, and I can't see us bringing any in anytime soon.
Do you think that's where Preston will really lack this season? A lot of people have sort of looked at Preston centre attacking midfield-wise, strikers. That's where I looked at Preston last season, where they struggled in depth, the attacking side of the game. Defensively, you know, I thought you did all right to an extent. Obviously, it kept you up, didn't it, in the end? But goals is where Preston need to be a lot more secure.
Well, that's it. Like we're saying, we brought in his Divine from Tottenham, who seems to be all right. He might do well for us. With Mads Frockier, who unfortunately got injured at Barrow on Tuesday, so he might not play. But we don't really have any players that seem to want to play the ball through the gaps or play it forward. It just seems to so much as get the ball, pass it back to the defenders, pass it round at the back, and if nothing happens, just hoof it long. But it's one of them, like everyone says, where Guardiola's ruined football. Well, he's not ruined football. He made it better, but everyone's playing the same way now, so everyone's getting frustrating each other. But like you said, we really are lacking in terms of a creative player for us, really.
What's your sort of thinking this season then? Because last season you'd finished outside the relegation zone. I think you'd finished about 20th, I think it was. Hull ended up just staying up on the final day. What is the sort of thinking regarding Preston fans this season and how you think you're going to do? Because a lot of people have got Preston to go down or just managed to stay up. What do you say to them type of critics, and what is your sort of prediction for Preston this season, Charlie?
What I would say is, look back at last season's results.
Yeah.
A lot of people are acting like we got beat every game. We drew 19 games. 19 games we drew. And some of them games, we could have had a penalty against, especially Burnley away. We got a goal disallowed that were never offside. There's a few games where the FA had to come out and the referees apologised, where we'd had a player sent off or we had a penalty given to them team. So if you think about them draws, if one or two of them games had gone our way and we'd won, we'd have been clear. And I think someone was saying if the games where things went against us and we could have won, if we'd have won them games, we might have been in the playoffs. So really, the season weren't as bad as it made out to be. It was just too many draws. And in terms of this year, like I said, defensively we're better. We're playing a system where we've got wing backs. We've got wing backs finally. I genuinely think we'll be safe, definitely.
Yeah.
But in terms of pushing playoffs, it might just be a bit much for us in terms because we don't really have the attacking players. But it'll be an interesting season.
What's Heckingbottom been like at Preston? Some say probably could be one the first to be sacked potentially this season. Phil Parkinson's name's been mentioned. Do you think he's a man to really push you to the next step, or do you think it could be how fans sort of looked at it from the outside rather than the in?
Unfortunately, with Preston fans, we're the first people to criticise the manager, unfortunately. But with Ryan Law, it was the same, but Ryan Law come to the end of it. Ryan Law, unfortunately, he knew he couldn't take us any further, so he left. But we're still, like I said, we're still playing the same system. I was hoping Heckingbottom were going to come in and change the way we play, but he's not. But we've signed the players to play that system now, so we're going to stick to it. But I do like Heckingbottom, and I like Stuart McCall as well. I think the proper traditional, they like man management of the players, the tactical aspect of it, all that. I think they are good, but I was saying to my mate over there, he was saying he might. I don't think we'll sack him. I think he might walk if it don't go our way.
Yeah,
because he's asking, like in I think the LEP newspaper was asking because of the injuries that come about. He was asking for more players, and he said he quoted our owner saying they won't be happy, but we need 2 or 3 more players.
Sheffield United's manager has been very much well spoken today regarding their transfer window. He's not happy at all regarding the process there and not being able to bring players in when they need players, which is every club. What's the ownership like at Preston?
Well, since Trevor died, it's really been passed on to his family.
Yeah.
And it's a sort of, we'll just keep him running. I respect him for keeping us going and whatnot, but I think it's more of just keep us ticking over, you know what I mean? There's no real thing of, just put that extra bit in and get that player. I know we've got FFP in that, but I think, I did a video on TikTok about Wrexham. Wrexham, a lot of people are giving their owners a lot of grief from that, but it's the money they bring in. What you got to think about, the money you bring in, you can spend more. If you create money, you can spend more, can't you? With in League One, you can spend more, but we don't really. This is the first season with the Spud Bros thing and all that. It's the first season we've really done anything different in terms of trying to bring people into the club that want to bring money in. So it's one of them. I do respect him on that, but I personally, I would like to see someone else take on the ownership. But if not, I just think we're not going to go very far. But who knows? They might have a change of heart at some point. But the way it's not really been like they want to push to do anything.
Let's have a little look at foot in both camps. I'll tell you what, who do we go with first? Stefan Mavididi played for Preston. Nobody would probably know that, to be fair. I've done my research. I was surprised myself. I was thinking, any current Leicester players that have played Preston? I looked at Mavididi. I believe you had him in on loan.
Yeah.
What was Steffi like at Preston as a young lad, Charlie?
This is again with a lot of North End fans like to select players coming in, unfortunately. But I don't think he did much wrong, but I don't think he did much right as well. That's why it quite surprised a lot of North End fans when they'd seen that he'd been doing so well. But he was just an attacking wing. He had pace about him. He didn't have much end product, but he was a young lad. That's what you expect as a young lad. You're not going to expect him to set the world alight at that age. But I quite liked him because he had a bit of pace, and at that time we didn't really have much pace about us, and we brought him in, and he was decent. So it was good to see that he did well. But seeing last season's stats at you boys, did he get to play much?
Not really in the Prem. I think in the Championship the year before, I thought he were far better with him and Fatawu. I think he did a lot more influential. He can be a frustrating player. He can be.
Yeah.
He does a lot of step overs, but you want him to just be more direct and take your man on. And that's the frustrating thing about him. You want him to do a lot more and add a lot more to his game because he's got it in his locker. And I don't know if it's a confidence thing, but I don't know. I don't know. I just think we're a bit if and but, to be fair. He's a good Championship winger. I want to see a lot more from him this season to see how he fits into that Marty Cifuentes system. So, I don't know. I think with Steffi, he can score goals. He can also play down the middle. And hopefully he can offer a lot more out wide because we have got Jeremy Monger who's going to be fighting Steffi for his place this season, the 16-year-old who's quite highly thought of around the Championship this season. Young star coming through and looks very good. I think you lot will see a lot more of Jeremy Monger this weekend. So he's one I'd say look out for, Preston fans.
Might be a good battle between him and Jerry Small then.
Is that who your fullback is?
It depends which side you're going to play, but more than likely, yeah.
Yeah. Daniel Everson, armchair asked about him. What's been your thoughts on Daniel Everson? Did play on loan at Preston, very successful spell. You wanted to sign him from Leicester permanently a few years back. Leicester wasn't really in the need of wanting to sell him at any cost. But he's come back now after leaving Leicester on a free agent. How excited are you to have Daniel Everson back in that team?
He honestly, he's unreal. One of the best shot stoppers I've seen since, we had Jordan Pickford on loan and he was unreal at it, and so was Everson. But honestly, if you watch some of the highlights when he was at us, some of the shot stopping he did, some of the second and third saves, where he's gone down, saved it, got back up, just unreal. And I know a lot of North End fans before he signed for us this window was saying, but his distribution is not very good. Well, we played Keep Jar over there and we got a goal straight from his kick. So he's honestly he's a nice guy. He's such a nice guy as well in terms of what he brings to us. But he's a good, solid Championship keeper. You know what you're going to get with him, basically.
With Everson, I wanted to give him more of an opportunity. But when Casper left, it was the case that Danny Bloody Ward went in goal. And
terrible keeper.
That's what I'm saying, and that's Preston fans saying it. If you looked at the life of Leicester City, it was like, it can't go on.
I feel sorry for Wrexham fans, honestly.
Do you know what? When with keepers, you want them to have a lot more ambition. Everson wanted to leave Leicester, but Leicester were never going to let him go. And it was just like, if you're not going to play him, sell him, make money. Yeah. Leicester just take the piss, and now he's gone. And he's always spoke about Leicester, and about how many years that he'd been there and he wanted to play, and Leicester ruled moves away from him that he could have gone to. Spent a lot of time at Rotherham. I think they had Victor Johansson as well, Rotherham, which is a fantastic Championship keeper. But Noah Maween, is it?
Noah Maween. Swap for Skip. You can have him, mate.
We'll swap you for Oliver Skip. We'll start you for Samara. We'll give you a few players. It might be better than what we've got.
He's better brother as a sign for Brentford. He's brother Theo Maween signed for Brentford. But no, when he went on Newport County, and didn't really play a lot, to be honest.
It's crazy. How much do you remember of Paul Gallagher?
Another elite player at North End.
Best
another nice guy. Free kicks, penalties, through balls. The man could just stand in the middle at halfway line and not have to do anything. Give him ball and he'd pick anyone out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unreal.
I tell you what, the way he just turned his back on the keeper when taking that penalty, and he just hit it like best penalty taker in the championship. Well, one of them anyway. You know, you always knew what you get from Gally as a player. You know, we play him more out wide. I think we got him from Blackburn. I don't know if that's much of a swear word for you lot, because you lot don't really get up to getting on there, do you, with Burnley and
more than what on Seaside. Anything.
Blackpool.
Yeah.
But now Gallagher, good championship player, always gave it his best. He'd always roll up his sleeves and give it a good go, you know. Scored some great goals for Leicester. Obviously left Leicester to go to Preston. And then obviously come into coaching with you lot as well at one point.
Yeah, he was doing all right with us coaching-wise, but then obviously we got rid of Alex Neil. And Alex Neil went over to Stoke. Then not long after that, Alex Neil had poached him and he'd gone over to Stoke. So then he took over Stoke. Alex Neil got sacked. And then I think Gallagher helped out for a few games, and then he got fired off from there, and he's not really been anywhere since that. I think he's been doing like commentary and stuff like that. And I think he's been doing his coaching by coaching somewhere. I'm not too sure where.
Ian Hume.
Quality player again. So all the players you mentioned.
Yeah.
He was what you call a little ratter. He'd run through a brick wall, every all at pitch. The League One, like a lot of, they said some North End fans, did you enjoy yourself in League One? No. I did. I enjoyed League One. We were there for a while, but it's different away games. It's small grounds. It's the players, you're going to have 2 or 3 good players. But we were the big boys in League One because we've been in Championship for that long. We had that money behind us. So we could go and sign these players that everyone wanted. Like we had Beckford, we had Joe Garner. Joe Garner got 24 goals that season. Beckford got 17. And Dele Alli were playing for MK Dons. Joe Garner got player at season. Dele Alli just missed out. You know what I mean? You can't beat seasons like that.
Another one we had Jermaine Beckford. We had Callum Davidson, one of them we had, which would be, was he Preston skipper?
Nugent.
Callum Davidson.
Yeah, well, David Nugent.
Yeah. He always loved the goal against Burnley, did David Nugent. He obviously did play for Burnley. I think he played for Burnley as well. So it's interesting with Nuge. Nuge was a sort of player you'd always have a smile on his face. You always knew what you get for him regarding goals. And another one who just, underrated. People talk about the Billy Sharps of the Championship, the Michael Choppers, the Ross McCormacks. No one really talks about David Nugent.
No. Well, they aren't sharp on that because he was in the Championship for that long and he got that many goals. Well, Nugent, he was only in the Championship for like 2 or 3 seasons. The rest, he was in the Prem and whatnot. You know what I mean? He didn't have that many seasons playing at Championship.
It's mad. Where have you got Leicester this season in the table, by the way?
I put on my thing top 6. I did my little predictions thing, Yeah,
possible points deduction and that. I don't think you
can that's if you don't get that. If you get that, I think you might just finish outside of it. But it depends how you play this weekend.
Well, talking about this weekend, we have got you again. Last time we was in the Championship, a fantastic away day, by the way. 5,000 Leicester fans.
Plenty of comments in the matchday vlog I did then saying, thank you, best away game I've been in ages. I was like, wasn't a great game for us, but I enjoy it. Glad you enjoyed it.
3-0, won the Championship at Deepdale, and it was a great atmosphere, party atmosphere, and I think we did all right in the game. Jamie Vardy scored. He absolutely slammed one home the second time when he could have just tapped it in. He just put his foot straight through it.
He nearly missed it, didn't he? If he hit it in the yard, he missed it.
He just loved winding the Preston fans up, though, when he scored his first goal. Preston fans are giving him a little bit of stick, and it's like, okay, then, well...
We nearly signed him before we come to you. We got offered him and we said no to £1 million. How stupid were we?
And Leicester ended up signing him in the end.
Yeah, and look where his career's gone. If he come to us, his career might have been the same.
You never know in football.
No, you never know.
People still didn't believe that we had Harry Kane at Leicester at the same time as Jamie Vardy, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's just, football's a small world, isn't it? You know, you look
Yeah.
at some of these players and you think, did they really play for that club? And then you just sort of look at the goals and the history around it, and it is like. But I've got Leicester in the top 6. I've got us down for promotion this season. I do think it'll be depending, obviously, on the points deduction with whether we get the automatics. Jack, was Preston away louder than Wednesday at home? Well, Leicester fans were louder at Preston, you know, the concourse were bloody bouncing. I think there were even Preston fans just giving the tickets away to Leicester fans just sitting home. It was an incredible night, and obviously it rained, and I enjoyed it. Hopefully I enjoy it this time round, but it's a different season. Both teams are looking at different aspects of where they want to finish this year, ambitious-wise. But what's your sort of thinking ahead of this game taking on Leicester? What have you made of it?
I think if it was like more middle of the season, a bit more worried. But because it's the start of the season and it's our first home game, I'd probably like to see there'd be a few more fans in the game, and they're a bit more of you're always going to get home advantage, aren't you? In some ways, and I think some of the players are going to want to put a show on just to try and prove himself. So, to be honest, we drew with QPR. It's probably going to be a draw again. Let's be honest. But it all depends on: is it going to be a score draw? Is it going to be a 0-0? Can we create chances? We'll see, won't we?
This is Leicester's issue. When we took on Sheffield Wednesday in the first game, we didn't come out at all first off.
No.
So second off, we absolutely dominated them and smashed them. They made it difficult for us with a siege mentality. They fight it. They gave everything, despite not having pre-season. And then 2 defenders scored when we're expecting strikers to score this season. And we obviously haven't got the most influential strikers in Patson, Daka and Jordan Ayew this season. You're relying on them to get you 20 goals each. And it's like, they ain't no Jamie Vardy.
No, I thought Ayew had a very good game, though, when I was watching it.
Yeah. His work rate's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's just his penalties. Well, after last night's bloody debacle, I won't put him on a penalty again. Probably any of them, to be fair. But I don't know. I just think we've got to attack the game more from the off. We've got to be more on the front foot. I think the first 20 minutes is going to be telling to see how this game really goes. I think we've got to use our quality to our advantage for Tarwu, Mavadide, Bilal El Khanous. It's a squad at the minute, Charlie, I'd say. A lot of players are being linked away from Leicester.
Yeah, you see centre halves are being linked away, aren't they?
Thank God. I think some of them would actually sell them like fast Investigate. So, you lot can buy them if you want it for a cheaper price. What do you reckon?
No, I won't fancy that. Won't fancy that about after his. I think was he shushing your fans after he scored or something?
Cupped his ears.
Yeah, I won't be doing that. Last player did that at North End. He don't play for us anymore now.
Wow.
That's the worst thing you can ever do. Even if someone said something to you, you don't do that to fans, because even people that like you'll probably think, yeah, he's not the right person to play for this club, is he?
Can't handle criticism, can they?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? You've got to, being a football player, you've got to be able to take it. Yeah. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You're getting paid. I don't know if you've seen that Rashford interview he's done with Gary Lineker and whatnot. He's going on about it, and then I'm like, mate, United fans are watching you play terrible, mate. You're getting paid $300,000 a week. You know what I mean? You try your best. You're on $300,000 a week. Think what some fans I'd play for free for North End. You know what I mean? I won't be asking for anything. I probably won't last as long as one of the players, but $300,000 a week, I'd sprint up and down pitch all day and long for that.
I think it'll be a tough game. I think Preston will be very much sat back. I don't know what the formation is. I don't know how you sort of play.
5 at the back.
Is it 5 at the back?
Yeah, 5-2-3-1. But it's been 5-2. And then sometimes we've played the one behind the striker as a striker. and it's very much going to be the same all season. Like I said, we've not really changed how we played in the past 3. It's been very much the same. Where some managers said, no, we played 3 at the back. In my eyes, if you're playing wing backs, you're playing 5 at the back because they're eventually going to have to come back in.
Yeah. This is what Leicester's issue is, Charlie, to be fair. We struggled to break down Sheffield Wednesday in the first half when they played 5 at the back. And this is some of the teams in the Championship. They're going to look at Ipswich, Leicester and Southampton and think, yeah, we're going to have to put 5 behind the ball here and defend for as much as we can and then counter-attack these sort of sides. And that's where you sort of create them spaces for yourself then. And this is why I look at Leicester. Can we break that down? Because in the first half against Sheffield Wednesday, we didn't even really lay a glove on them. We had a couple of chances, but we never really tested their goalkeeper. And this is with Leicester. We've got to be looking better with the ball. We've got to be quick in transition. I think when we do start to get quicker in transition, we're very much influential in creating a lot more chances. We get a lot more players in the box. Jordan Ayew becomes more effective in holding that ball up and getting the Fatawus behind Mavridis. El Kanous can create from nothing. So the only thing I do worry about, Charlie, against Preston is Oliver Skipp and bloody Bouba Samare, because they're not the quickest of midfielders. And I don't know what your guys are regarding attackers. Have you actually got any quick players that sort of look the
Osmaic is pretty quick. Thierry Small obviously brought him in. Paul, who we signed from Sheffield Wednesday, he's quite quick. But like you were talking about transitions, we're too slow. When we're getting that ball in the middle, we're always looking to play it, but we always end up playing it back. I would like to see us play the ball more in the middle and get the ball out wide. But like you say, with transitions wise, we're too slow with the ball. We're always looking for that man. We're not, instead of playing it and not thinking about it, we're holding it. Oh, let's go back and start again. So it's one of them. It might be a battle midfielders, to be honest. If they're trying to play it out wide, then they'll have to come back in and have to play it back out wide again. It might just, like I said, it might be a boring game and there's a 0-0.
That's the thing I seen as battling with bloody Huddersfield midfielders last night, and that didn't end well. We ended up second best in most of it, just getting the ball away cheaply, not quick enough getting forward, looking backwards rather than forwards, and it frustrates you, doesn't it, that they slow the tempo down and then you've got nothing going forward. So Pats and Daka were less effective again, just nothing. It was like playing with 10 men. And then the real influential player last night's game against Huddersfield was Jeremy Monga, who you'll see at the weekend. But it's difficult because Skipp and Samare are not blessed with pace at all. And I think the only real player that I think can be key to Leicester at the weekend, if we do start him, is Harry Winks. Winks were fantastic last season. The last time we were in the Championship, he's more quicker on the ball. He's more of a forward thinker. And this is the type of midfielder you need for this type of game. Because if you go Samare and Skipp again, you're going to have to keep bringing them off again. And you keep making the same mistakes as it is. Because you want your players with Marty to be more press from the front, quick in transition, look after the ball, see how quick you can get that ball forward and go from there. But this is why I'm hoping we can actually start the game better than what we did against Sheffield Wednesday and hopefully take the game to you from there.
Yeah, it can be a frustrating game watching your team pass it around at the back, then try and play it in the middle, and you see they've been pressed, and then your strikers thinking, where am I going to run then if you're not going to play the ball? It's frustrating. It's been the same for North End for the last few seasons. We've not really had a season where you've gone, bloody hell, we played good football then. It's all been, we've done all right. We've got lucky there. We've got a chance. But to feel the last probably game I enjoyed as a North End fan was probably that Burnley game in the Cup. The way we pressed, we played the football fast. Every player wanted it. But after that defeat, then we just dropped off. It was mad. What was that comment then? He said something about Spud Bros. I can't.
Spud Bros. If we can skip the queue on Saturday.
Yes, Ross.
I don't know how well know you actually know them. You know.
I know the dad. They've had the Spud. The tram outside North End for quite a few years now, but it's not been the Spud Bros. It was the original tram, and when it didn't really have many people there because no one really thought about it. But social media and that, it's got massive. So when Spud Bros aren't there, the original tram is there, and it's a lot busier now. But It's honestly, it's good food to have. You know what you're getting with Spud Bros. You're getting a jack potato with whatever you want on it. It's decent food.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a jacket potato.
No.
I tell you what, I think it's probably the best things to have in this bloody hot weather. To be fair, I don't know what the weather's like on.
I played football just before I come here. I had a shower after work. I've come played football. I had a shower again, and I'm sweating again now.
I've just got a little fan on. I don't think that's even touching the sides.
No, it's mogging. It's going to be warm on Saturday as well.
It rocked yesterday. I think it was like 30 degrees.
Wear your shorts on Saturday.
Yeah. I think I was expecting to wear jeans last night, and I thought, nah, I can't go to Huddersfield in bloody jeans. 30 degrees, mate. It's going to get you nowhere.
Yeah.
How do you think you lot are going to set up against Leicester at the weekend before I ask you score?
Like I say, five at the back.
Yeah.
3 in the middle, 2 out wide. Well, not really out wide. Maybe 1 in the middle in terms of CDM. 3 across and or maybe 2 across, and then 2 strikers. One. I can't really say because especially the injuries we got. Is Mad's going to be fit after against Barrow? Is he going to risk it and play Divine? He's only just come from Spurs. But then we've got a centre half we signed in Afire. We've paid like 1.6 million for, but a game against QPR, he played last season defence, and you're thinking why? So he might have changed his mind after the Barrow game, and we might play the players, but we're going to need to because some of the centre halves we've got now. Who was it over there? Someone said we've got 4 left-footed centre halves.
Wow,
the most in Europe.
Jeez,
so you're a bit outbalanced. And a few years ago, Alex Neil was saying we need a left-footed centre half because we had none. Now we've got 4. But I think very much we're going to stick to the same system we did against QPR. But what we tend to do at home is sit back a bit more, like you said. Away from home, we tend to press a bit more. But at home, we tend to sit in and try and counter. But it might change. It might be the way around.
I think Leicester was going to set up a 4-2-3-1. I think that's how we set up against Sheffield Wednesday. Then we changed it to a 3-4-1-2. We ended up bringing Daka on and sticking him up front with Ayew, which worked. Second half, it gave Ayew that bit more versatile along the front. He could go out wide and create a lot more. Harry Winks was far more influential in that game. I think everything changed when he came on. And this way, I think we've got to be effective. Vestergaard didn't really start off well against Sheffield Wednesday, but grow more into the game. Do you know what? The size of bloody Yannick Vestergaard, 6'7", you expect him to score at least 8 to 10 goals from set pieces a season, but the guy just doesn't seem to get off the floor. And when it's a free opportunity, misses.
Yeah. It's weird when I watched him. He looks like he's running with lead boots on. You know what I mean? He looks like he can't really run. But then the next thing he's seen, he's gone and he's up in the air, and you're thinking he's a decent player, but he just seems like he's got lead boots on.
It's crazy, too. It's like he's got like sandbags at his feet when he jumps. It's like you don't have to do much jumping, but just header it in for God's sake. It's a free opportunity for you, mate. And the keeper ain't getting nowhere near it. So, last game what did we score? 2 set pieces, Vestergaard and Fass. The unlikely of goal scorers we'd have thought of, but they did. They got us to points. It is something to build on in the league. That Sheffield Wednesday one, not quite after the Huddersfield game, because Leicester fans were a bit deflated after that Huddersfield defeat. Well, we call it an embarrassment defeat. But I think the team will be more of Stolarczyk in goal. James Justin, I'd play James Justin at left back. If Ricardo's fit, I'd play him right back. Centre backs, see Caleb Okoli, I think he might be on his way out. So I think we might go. I'd rather go Ben Nelson and Yannick Vestergaard. I won't go fast in Vestergaard because I seen too much of that last season. It never really went anywhere. Midfield, see, we've only got between Skip, Samare, and Harry Winks. But we could play Hamza Chowdhury there, which I think is his stronger position than a right back. So I would personally go with Harry Winks and Bouba Samare. I think that's maybe how he'll go. I don't want Oliver skipping Samare in midfield 2 ever again, to be fair, with what I've seen over the last 2. So I sound bloody confident, don't I, when I sort of talk about some of these players. I'm thinking to myself, I can't really I don't want him anywhere near the team, but you're going to have to put somebody in at this point. You can't go playing with 8-9 men on the pitch, and then you lot have got the opportunity. So I think the front four sorts itself out. Mavadide returning to Deepdale, Jordan Ayew, Fatawu, Bilal El Khanous. So, yeah, that'd be my sort of team. But if Ricardo's not playing, I would very much go, he'll probably go with Justin at right back, Luke Thomas at left back. But then again, he might play Fass and Vestergaard together. I'm not sure. It depends how he sort of sets up, because when Marty speaks, it's like we have to set up a certain way against different opponents, because all opponents don't set up the same way, do they? You have to play a different approach to each game. So I'm hoping we could actually see a half-assed performance by Leicester against Preston.
I think you'll change it, because he probably looked at us. We'll like to try and get the ball in behind to Osmajic. And he's probably thinking, I don't want to play a Wout and Vestergaard together, especially when you got a player like that coming in behind you.
Yeah. He's, what did I call him? A wind-up merchant.
Yeah. Yeah. He very much is. He gets in you, but he's always on your ankles. So one mistake and he's got the ball and he's past you.
What do you reckon regarding the score prediction for this?
Let's go score draw 1-0.
You're going 1-0. I'm going to go 2-0. Hopefully, we can actually turn up and give it a good go and make a statement to the league. So it won't be an easy game, but as long as we can get the goals in the right net, then I think I'm happy. 3 points is what's much needed at the weekend. And we've just got to win game by game, to be fair, because you don't really know what this possible points deduction is going to bring. Paul's gone 2-1. Ross said he's having a bolognese spud, which is nice. What's your favourite spud from him, Charlie?
The classic cheese beans,
garlic
butter, tram sauce, and a bit of the crispy onions.
What actually is in the tram sauce?
It's like I don't know if you've ever been to we've got shops around here like Three Monkeys, all the little boss man shops, so you can get like chicken and wings like that. And they've got that special sauce. It's very much like that, but it's nice. It's a bit spicy, They did a spicy bolognese thing, and it was red hot. Honestly, it was like fire. And then you had that on top of it. You couldn't eat it.
That's better for the winter, not this time of year. But
yeah.
Charlie, thanks for coming on, mate. Hopefully I'll catch up with you around Deepdale on Saturday when we do take on Leicester. It'd be good to meet you.
I'll be around the tram probably, getting a jacket.
But I'll take care, and I'll catch you again soon. That was Charlie Wynyard giving us the lowdown on Preston North End. Good chat. Preston at the weekend it is then. Can the Foxes go and actually turn around that bloody Huddersfield result and actually turn up and give it a fucking good go? That's what my hoping is anyway, that they actually can put in a performance and actually play for the shirt. It's going to be an interesting game. Guys, always hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new and you haven't subscribed already. Please get down and do so. It'd help me out massively. Thank you to everyone for coming in. Go and check out Championship predictions, as we even discussed Leicester's game with Rich and with Steve. So that's the match preview done. Match day vlog will be out, as I will be at Preston at the weekend. So if you come and see me, come and say hello, come and give me your score predictions, come and have a chat. And hopefully we'll get a Spud Bros jacket potato for a food review. So let's see what happens. But up the Foxes. Take care. Keep it at the final whistle. And I'll catch you again soon.